Okay. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Good evening, online. Okay. So hope everyone are doing good. So let's jump on. What did we discuss in our last class? I am groups. I am roles. Identity provider. Super. So let's have a quick shootout. Uh, what is a IAM group? What is a group? Collection of IAM users. We call it as IAM group. So maximum how many policies you can attach per user and groups? Maximum 10. And one user can be in multiple groups. Yes, possible. And then we learned about the groups, and then also we discussed about the policies, right? So policies are written in which language? JSON language. Which language? JSON. And how many types of policies are there? Two types. What are those? Managed policy and inline policy. Managed policy, inline policy. What is managed policy? Created and managed by AWS, and also called as predefined policies. And what is inline policy? Created and managed by customer. So if we are creating it, and those are called what? Inline policies. And what is the full form of ARN? Amazon Resource. Again wrong. Name a number. Name number. Okay. So Amazon Resource name. Very good. Okay. And then also this ARM will be used in the policies, correct? ARMs will be used in the policies. And then also we discuss about the roles. What is a role? Temporary access without credentials. So let's say, for example, if you launch a one Linux EC2 instance, from that Linux EC2 instance, if you want to access AWS service like S3, so first of all, what we need to install in the Linux machine? AWS CLI. AWS CLI need to be installed first, and then we need to configure what? Keys. What we need to configure? Keys. Keys meaning here access keys, secret keys. So, but is it recommended to configure the keys on the machine? No. So if you configure, what will happen? It's not safe. That keys will be stored locally on the EC2 instance. But if we don't configure, we cannot access. If we configure, security problem. So in that case, what we need to use? Roles. So create a role and then attach the role to the EC2 instance. And what kind of permissions that we need to give? Yes, 3 permissions. And then every EC2 instance can have how many roles attached? One role. And one role can be attached to multiple EC2 instances. And also we can also call, so when I'm saying attached to the EC2 instance, we also use a word called assume role. What's that? Assume role, right? So I'll write somewhere when we learn roles. So here, so we also call it as what? Assume role. Okay. So two services will talk to each other by default. No, if they want to talk to each other, then what we need to create? Roles we need to create. And then also we discuss about what? Identity provider. So if you take a company or any AWS also, every individual EC2 instance will have their own username and password. Local users will be there. And if you take in on-premises also, you have desktops where they have local users. Is it good to create local users every time? No. So we need to create the users centrally in one place. Which place is that? Active Directory. Which place is that? Active Directory. When I say, and that server is also called it as what? Domain controller. Very good. Domain. And if you are creating users inside it, what are the users called? Domain users. Fantastic. Fantastic. And all these desktops and servers need to be joined to the directory. What we need to do? Join to the directory. Once you join, so whatever the domain users that you have created with that domain users, can you log into the desktops or not? Yes. So guys, here we can say desktops also, we can say EC2 instance also. Yes or no? And here we can call it as Active Directory also in on-premises, but in AWS, directory services. Fantastic. Fantastic. And what is the protocol that we use here? LDAP. What's the protocol we use? LDAP. So, and LDAP and the company, I mean, from the company meaning here, okay, whenever I say identity provider, what's the first thing that you get in your mind? SSO, full form of SSO, single sign-on. So with company credentials, can we directly log into the AWS using SSO? Yes, possible. Do we need to create any IAM users? No. So LDAP, I mean, company and AWS need to be federated. Company and AWS need to be federated. Yes or no? So I told you yesterday there are two scenarios. One is company to AWS and AWS to AWS. So the one which we have learned this everything is which scenario? Scenario 1, which is company to AWS. Then when I say company to AWS need to get federated, no? Federated meaning I just want to actually we don't use this, but it is good for because I promise that I'll give you 3 to 4 years of experience knowledge, right? As a fresher, all these things are not at all required. So as I said, I'll be giving 4 years of experience, 3 to 4. We need to learn one concept called SAML. What is that? Not Samantha. What? SAML. SAML. What is that? SAML. SAML. So actually, do we need to worry about the first scenario? No need. But I will do little bit extension of this scenario. So company to AWS, how do we federate? Using SAML. Using what? SAML. Just a quick, I'll write what is the SAML and then we'll go to the next scenario. Okay. I thought it is good to take it. What is SAML? Anyone knows what is SAML? And here, any experienced people offline? Raise your hands. Anyone working already? Experienced people? Freshers, huh? Experience. Okay, no problem. Online, put your experience. How many years experience online? Put your years. Just I want to. Oh, yo, Sudhakar, 14 years. Sorry, I was saying you, Sudhakar. Sorry, I think you're a nice guy. I don't mind. Hmm. Oh God, it's good to know, right? Good question, right? So 14 years, 10, Prajwal, 8, 6, 17, 13, 12, 5, 10 to 18, present now. Okay. So who matches my experience here? Present now. Okay. Fine. Okay. So these experienced people, good to know all you guys. Good to see experienced people here. I hope you're enjoying new topics. Yes or no? Experience. Now my mouth is zipped by seeing 14 years of experience of Sudhakar. Otherwise, I used to pull his leg all the time. Yeah. Yes, sir. You're covering deep. Very good. Nice. Very sportive, man. Yeah. So do you see that from experienced people, we can hear these nice things. See, these guys are having so much of experience. Guys, experienced people, can you please put some words on this course? Are we going deeper and all we are covering the real time or not? Do you see Kishore has good experience? He says, yes, sir, you're covering very deep. So what else proof that you guys need? Yes or no? So these guys, online people, I mean, experienced people, they know they are in the industry, right? And do you see that? How many people are saying? So bindasly, blindly, just listen and learn whatever I say. Okay? Whenever I say not required, not required. That's it. Okay? It is good for your health. Thank you, Binit, Lucky, and everyone. Every topic. Vaddu ante vaddu, right? Fine. What is SAML? See, sir, for me, it is the best facility till now. Thank you, Prasanna. Good. Hearing from huge experience. Yeah, very good. Very good. Thank you, guys. Okay. All right, so let's go to SAML. Nana, for freshers, this is not required, but it's good to know if you have an idea about the SAML. So I'm not going deeper on the SAML, but many experienced people heard about SAML many times. And what is the SAML? I'll write. SAML full form is Security Assertion Markup Language. What's that? So before that, first I'll draw the diagram so that you'll understand. So this is Doctor of AWS. Thank you. You're making a very interesting. Thank you, Bharat. Okay. Do you know that people call me Doctor of AWS Doctor? Okay. Yeah, nice. Hmm? AWS Narsa. ఏం సుడా అంత చీపుగా చెప్పాడు కమ్ నాన్న కమ్ టేక్ ఇట్ okay, so this is a company. This is company. Neurosurgeon of AWS. Thank God you didn't say gynecologist. Okay. So fine. All right. Oh, you made my day. I love today. Nice. Okay. Excuse me. Company. In company, what we have, Nana? We have Active Directory or not? So in company, we have Active Directory. And in Active Directory, what we have? We have the users. And with these users, assume that in AWS, we have not only one account, assume that we have multiple AWS accounts. Okay. This everything is AWS. And you are connecting from company to AWS, correct? So first of all, your company to get federated to AWS or not? So federation is that, how do you do the federation? Using SAML only. Using what? SAML, SAML. So this is, assume that AWS account A, right? And this is AWS account B, another account. And then here we create what, Nana? We create roles. Here also we create roles and give the permissions. I'll tell you how this will affect. And this company, we call it as identity provider. Say that. So company is the identity provider. Company is the identity provider. So identity provider meaning, what is the example that we use here? Active Directory. Active Directory. Or have you heard about experienced people? Okta. Okay, so there is a tool called what? Okta, or else people also say that OAuth is also there. There are so many third-party tools are provided. Third-party tools are available in the place of Active Directory. People also use Okta, LDAP, right? You know, there are so many other tools are available. Okay, so the company side we call it as identity provider, and then on the AWS side, we call it as service provider. What we call? Service. So SAML need two things: identity provider, service provider. Identity provider meaning our company, service provider meaning AWS. And how they are federated, using which concept? SAML. And I like the definition now. SAML is security assertion markup language. Right? So 2.0. We call it as SAML is a open federation standard that allow an identity provider. Identity provider, I call it as IDP. Identity provider. Who is our identity provider? Yes. To authenticate users and pass identity and security information about them to a service provider. Who is our service provider? Service provider, SP. and this entire information is sent in. This information is sent in XML form, XML document. Which document? XML document. So now you understand nicely the definition now? Read the definition, you'll understand clearly. Read it, Nana, here. SAML is a open federation standard that allow IDP to authenticate, IDP meaning our company, users are authenticated and pass identity and security information about the about them to whom? Service providers. So whatever the users that we have, so everything will get authenticated and that information will be passed to the service provider. And this will be sent in which document? XML document. So this is how that XML document will be there. So that XML document need to configure on the AWS side so that the federation will be established. So SAML performs mainly two things, Rana. SAML performs two functions. How many functions? Mainly functions. Performs two functions. Number one, we call it as, anyone knows the difference between authentication, authorization? Authentication. What is authentication and what is authorization? Authentication meaning what, Nana? To check the credentials, right? And then authorization meaning? Okay. In simple language, I'll say authentication meaning, who are you? Authorization meaning, what can you do? Simple language. So authentication meaning what? Who are you? That means you to get authenticated or not. So that is authentication. Authorization meaning, so authorization meaning here, what this user can do in the service provider, in the AWS. That is called authorization. You understand? So this is a just quick extension of yesterday's class. Is this clear on the SAML? So we don't need to go deeper on this, but it is clear. Online, can you please come? Can you see my screen? Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the second scenario. What is the second scenario? AWS to AWS. Let's talk about that AWS to AWS. So purely AWS. Don't take about the company at all. Okay. Let's talk about AWS to AWS. Okay. See here. Listen carefully. I have my AWS account. Okay. This is my AWS account. Root account or not? Pawan, rejoin Pawan. Okay. Whose account is this? My account. So can I say I'm the manager for now? Okay, I'm the manager. So in my company, in my company, I have the root account. It's not only one root account. Can I have multiple root account or not? Yeah. So here I'll be having multiple accounts. One. How many accounts did we say, for example? 3. All are 3 AWS root accounts or not? AWS root account. Okay. AWS root account, AWS root account. So assume this account is related to which account? DevOps, you'll say. Who is DevOps manager? You tell me your name, some name. Sudhakar. I'll put Sudhakar. Okay. So DevOps Sudhakar, and this is, let's say, developer. Who are developers manager? Who is developer manager here? Vinith, and last one, tester. Binith. Nice name, huh? Binith. Okay. So assume, okay. You understand the scenario here? I have my own AWS account. I'm the manager, right? And then DevOps Sudhakar has their own AWS account, and Vinit have their own AWS root account, and then Binit also has their own AWS account. Everyone have their own AWS root account or not? And who is the main here, main account here? Myself. Now, if I live like this, Sudhakar will give me end of the day, end of the month, he will give all the time bill $10,000, $20,000 without any reason. Right? And Vinith also will say, sir, congratulations, this month I got $50,000. So guys, is it good to get like this? So I need to manage this root account or not? Now I'm asking a question, which is the service in AWS to manage multiple root accounts? Super, yeah. Which one? Organizations. So first of all, what I need to do is, in my, how many accounts are there in organizations? Two types. What are those? Management account to member account. Now tell me, which one will the management account? Myself. And which are all the member accounts? All these three. Yes or no? Now what I do is, in my root account, I have a service called, what is that? Organizations. I have a circle called what? Organizations. So in my root account, what I do, I open the organizations, and then what I do, I enable the organizations. Once you enable the organization, automatically this account will become what account? Management account. Remember, wherever you have enabled the organization, that will become the management account. Right? I'll write. When you enable organizations in the AWS account, this account will become what? Management account. So I have become the management account. Now what I need to do? I need to control, I need to invite, or I need to join all these people in my account or not? In my organization or not? Then what I do is, do you remember that I told you every AWS will have the AWS ID, account number? How many digit? 12-digit account number will be there or not? So using that account ID, what I do, I have invited all these three people to join my organization. I sent an email to them. And then to join my organizations. And what they do, all these three have joined my organizations. They have joined my organization. They have joined my organization or not? Okay. Now, everything is under my control or not now? So, and this is called what? Organizations. Everything is under what? Organization. Organizations. Okay. Now tell me, this account has become what account? Member account. All these are all now member accounts. See how I'm joining things, right? Member account. And this also member account. Okay. Can you tell me, from my management account, how do I manage this member account? Using what? Wow. What is that? SCP. What is SCP, Nana? Service Control Policy. So as Sudhakar is the manager of this DevOps root account. So do I need to give full permission to him? No. So what I do, you tell me, we'll give that permission to him. Which services that we'll give? We'll give only S3. What else? We'll give RDS and then IAM. So even though he's a root account, so I can control using SCP only. I'll give only few permissions. Even though he's a root account, generally root account has full access, right? But this guy, I don't give full access. I'll give only these 3 access. Now for Vinith, we'll give Lambda, Glacier, for example. And for this guy, we'll give Route 53 and then CloudFront, for example. Yes or no? And I have one more account also. For that account, I can give admin permissions also or not? Yes, I can control everything to SCP under organizations. Okay, now question for you, Nana. Now question here is, what is that? But we can do this thing in IAM also. Which one? In IAM, we can do in the individual root accounts, right, Rahul? But I am talking about the entire organization level. So if you want to manage multiple root accounts, then we need to go in the organizations. From the organizations, you can manage member accounts using SCP. You can control the policies. Now, let's say Puneet came. Puneet has joined my project. Puneet has joined. He said, hi, sir. Yes, sir. I said, welcome, Puneet. So now, Puneet will be working on DevOps and developer. He's a DevOps and then developer. Tell me to which accounts I need to give permission to him to log in? DevOps, developer. So how many IAM users I need to create? 2. Yes or no? So for each and every root account, I need to create IAM user. Yes or no? If I have 10 root accounts, I need to create 10 IAM users or not? But is it good to create 10 IAM users? No. We need to use SSO here. We need to use what? SSO. Somewhere for Puneet, I need to create only one username and password. With that one username password, he can log into any AWS accounts. But make sure that AWS account should be inside the organization. So in this case, to which accounts that I need to give permissions? DevOps and then developer. So for that, where should I do? I need to create IAM users in their individual root accounts? Answer is no. Tell me, do I need to create IAM users individual in this account? No. So what I need to do is in the management account, there is a service called Identity Center. Say that. What is the service name? In this Identity Center, we need to create user. Here we need to create a user. So create a user and then password. What's the user? Puneet. Correct spelling? Okay. So Puneet and then Pu at the rest 1, 2, 3. I'm saying. A shortcut. Okay. Where should I write all the things? Okay. So I'm giving here and then next when creating the user, it will ask, Identity Center will ask, hey Babu, to which member account that you want to give him access? Which member account? DevOps and developer. So I need to select the member accounts, DevOps and then developer. Okay. Once I create, this Identity Center will give you a separate URL. Identity Center has a separate URL. So I need to give this URL to whom? To Puneet. So whenever the Puneet has opened the URL and he put this Puneet username and Pu at the rate 1, 2, 3 example, once he enter into that URL, the console will clearly shows you, hey, you have 2 accounts to access. Which one? DevOps and then developer. Which one you want to access? Let's say, for example, if you click on DevOps, automatically you will be logging to that AWS account, DevOps AWS account, without IAM username and password, without credentials. Using what concept? SSO. What is that? SSO, single sign-on. You understand? So I can create n number of users in which service? Identity Center. In Identity Center, I can keep on creating in one place only, and I will keep on giving permissions to the member accounts. How many accounts I have, I can join in my organization and make them as a member account and create a users in Identity Center and give the permissions to the member accounts. And within AWS, if you want to use SSO, this is the architecture. Is it clear? Understood, Nana? Online is clear? Okay, there is a question Hema is asking. In a member account, will there not be any identity service? Yes, in this member account also a root account or not? In that root account, organizations will also be there or not? Identity center will be there or not? But they should not enable. If they pusuk enable, what will happen? It will become management account. They will not become under member account anymore. So we are managing it. So this management account is managing the multiple member accounts. Simply what I'm doing in Identity Center, I create the username and password of the people and then assign the member accounts to them. Clear, Anna? So do I need to create any IAM users here now? No. So there is question, Kishore. Sir, in company, do we need to raise any ticket to add users to AWS in company, as you said in federation concept, so we can directly add them to existing? No. So there is something called Kishore. For everything, there should be an ticket need to be raised. Experienced people knows this, right? Freshers, you don't know. What will happen is in real time, no one, if it is very small company, you can directly go. Like if I'm manager, Puneet came, sir, I want, so I will go and create a user directly. No need. But in big companies, they will follow the process. So Puneet need to create a ticket in the company, and ticket will be assigned to the support team, and the support team will do entire the work, right? So in real time, yes, they will go with the ticketing system. Sure. All the users are access to those two members' accounts by same credentials, Puneet? No. So guys, the URL will be same. Now, let's say, for example, I'll create one more user called Nandish. Okay. So Nandish will have the same URL, but username password are same or different? Different. And Nandish want to access a tester, I will give tester member account permission for him. Yes or no? Clear, Nana? Everyone? So simply, I'm repeating quickly here. See here. Who is here? Srinivas and then Nandish. Just concentrate everything in one shot only understand. But if you get diverted little bit here and there, you will miss the topic. See again. All right. See. So assume that how many root accounts are there here? 4 root accounts in total. How many root accounts? 4. So myself, I have my root account. I'm the manager. And then Sudhakar, Vineet, all these are all 3 different root accounts are there. So if you have 4 different root accounts, managing 4 different individual root account is easy or difficult? Difficult. Right now it is 4. In big companies, you might have 40 also. So is it good to individually manage 40 accounts? No. What we need to group it or not? If you want to group it, which is the service that we use? Organizations. So what we do is select one account first. Select one account and go inside the account and then enable the organization. When you enable the organization, this account will become what? Management account. This account will become management account. Once you have made the management account, now add all these accounts under this organization. When you add all these accounts in my organization, these accounts will become what account? Member account. Okay. Now indirectly, all these 3 are managed by management account. And I can give the respective permissions to it. So even though it is a root account, doesn't need to have a full access. But if you want to give full access, give admin access, no problem. But I want to restrict the access by using SAP. So now one person came, Sajid came, sir, and said, sir, I want to work in the project. Now I need to create the credentials for him or not? And if Sajid want to access multiple accounts, DevOps and testers, for example. So how many users I need to create? 2 IAM users I need to create individually in these accounts. Is it good? No. For that reason, what I do? Identity Center. So in the management account, I see there is a service called Identity Center. There I'll create the user. While creating the user, it will ask to which member account this user need to be assigned. Then I'll assign this DevOps root account and then tester root account. And then Identity Center will give the URL and then I'll give that URL to Sajid. Sajid will log in and then access whichever the member account that we want. Exactly. So here in on-premises, the same concept. This is Active Directory is a very big concept. This will be in the company. So basically, this is a software that you need to install on the one of the machine and you need to manage. And this, have you heard about Windows administrators? And there is a certification called MCSE, if you heard about it. So it's a very big concept, this Active Directory is where to install Active Directory, DNS, DSB, many things you need to do, right? So this you will be handling the infrastructure point of view, all the servers, right? Servers, users will be creating. This is from the infrastructure point of view. Whereas this one is account point of view, managing the multiple accounts. Okay. So in real time, there are many accounts. How we know that list of accounts, available accounts? Is there any error to check all these accounts? Sudhakar, by default, generally we should have inventory, no, Sudhakar? So whenever you create the accounts, definitely some person will have the information about the accounts, definitely. If there is no information, what I think for now, let's say this is a big company, don't know who has their own AWS account. And you just send an email to everyone saying that those who are having the AWS account, join this organization. Simple as that, Sudhakar, okay? But this cannot be like this in real time. It cannot be like this, like, no one knows about AWS account. No, everyone will know the accounts, okay? Super. So Hema is asking, sir, in future, if we want to access other member account, can we add it, sir? See, now here 3 are there. Can I add the 4th one also? 5th one also? 20 also, 50 also, your wish. How many you want, you can add it. Good, Nana. So we have covered the two scenarios. Now, that is the advanced topic that I thought to cover. I hope that is clear. Okay. Let's move on to next topic. IAM tags. Say that now. IAM tags. To start this topic, let me give you one funny example for this. Okay. You and your friend, okay, going to the shopping. You both are in the shopping mall, right? And your friend, she saw a nice jeans. What? Nice jeans. And what she will say? Definitely, I did not kavali, right? Example. She said that, hey, I need that jeans. When she said that I need that dress or jeans, you, as a you, what is the first thing that you go and check? Tag. Array, where is the tag? You will see niche, upar, everything. First, what you will be checking for? Tag. What is it checking for here? Tag. What does the tag contain? Tell me, what is that? Price 15,000. Size, you only know, I don't know. And next, brand. Which brand? Armani? Angela Jolie. Okay. Levi's or whichever it is. Okay. So, fine. What are all these? This is basically price is a key and then 15,000 is a value. So, and brand is a key and then US Polo, etc. is a value. So everything for each. So guys, remember, now tell me, you have a shop and you have so many items inside it. Without tax, can you manage it? What is the tax used for what purpose? Identification purpose. What purpose? Identity. So in that tag, if you see that tag, you can identify everything, every information. Let's say now you went in AWS and launched multiple EC2 instances. Let's say you have launched 10 EC2 instances. How many? 10. So for all 10 EC2, we need to give the names or not? Name is equal to, let's say, what server, for example, web server. What is this? This is a tag. So tag meaning it's a key value pair. Say that. Tag meaning what is that? Key value pair. Tag is what? Key value pair. So I'll write here. What is a tag? Very important, Anna. Tags are what? Key value pair. Tags are key value pair. And tags are used for what purpose? Tags are used for identification. Identification purpose. And by the way, these tags are not only for IAM. Tags are for entire AWS. Yes or no? Tags are only for IAM. You create S3 bucket, you need to give the tag or not? You launch EC2 instance, you need to give a tag or not? So like this, how many tags I have given for this machine now? 1. Like this, maximum you can give 50 tags per resource. How many? 50 tags you can give. Let's say you launch one. Let's say you created an IAM user. I created an IAM user called Punit, for example. Punit is a user. And can I give his information like team is equal to which team, phone number, address, right, and etc. And all this will come under the tags. How many tags you can give per resource maximum? 50 tags. And these tags are not only for IAM, it for entire AWS. Tags are not IAM specific. It is throughout AWS. Tags are very important or not? Do you agree? Tags are very important, but it is optional. Tags are very important, but it is optional. Yes or no? Let's say you have a shop. Tags are very important or not? For all your dress material, but it's mandatory. No, right? It's optional. If you have the tags, your life is easy. If you don't have tags, your life is difficult. Yes or no? You don't remember everything which is used, what price, everything, right? Here also, if you have launched 100 EC2 instances, you don't know which EC2 instance is used by which person, which team, right? For that reason, tags are very, very important, but it is completely optional. And also it is helpful for the billing purpose also. If you are given a tag, can you create a billing with the tag? Let's say I have 100 EC2 instances. In that, 20 EC2 instances are used by DevOps, 20 is used by developers, and 20 used by testers. Now I want to know how much is the bill consumed by only developers. So can I use tag and then get the information or not? So for this is very, very useful. Thank you, Lucky. So I'll also write this here. Tags are useful for billing purpose also. Okay. Not only billing, for everything, it is very important. Okay. Let me give an example. One more example. So assume you have 500 IAM users. How many? 500 IAM users. And these users are related to DevOps. These users are related to admins. These users are security testers. Now, what I did, what I have asked, let me take another name, some name. Ali. Okay. So, Ali Bhai, Gillite Gillinchkoil. Okay. So, Mr. Ali is here. So, I have asked Ali, I'm giving one task to you. So, Ali, how many IAM users are there? 500 IAM users. So 500 IAM users are there. I'm asking you to delete only testers. How many? Only which one? Testers. Tell me generally, if you are there, how do you delete? How do you proceed? Let's say 500 IAM users are there. I'm asking you to delete only testers. How? Using tags. So okay, so let's say if you don't have tags, then very difficult, right? Where you cannot delete it, right? So now what we do is, okay, you have a tag also. Now 500 IAM users are listed. You need to go to each and every user and check the tag, whether he is from DevOps, admin, security, tester. Like this, in how many times you need to check? 500 times. So let me give some small theory. There are two types of workers. One is hard worker. Another one is smart worker. Smart worker. Okay. What hard worker will do? What hard worker will do? Hard working. Okay. So what hard worker will do is he manually check. Yes or no? He manually checks all, how many users? 500 IAM users and delete one by one. Yes or no? That is a manual. That is a hard worker will do. What smart worker will do? You are smart workers. No, tell me. Automatic. Correct. Fantastic. Which one? Whenever you hear about automatic, which is the service that you should remember? Lambda. Yes or no? So here you need to use which nana? Lambda. Example I'm saying. So use a Lambda function and write a small Python code saying that I'm just putting the logic here. You write like delete IAM users, where here we have tag, no, tag meaning here key is equal to name, value is equal to testers. Guys, I'm not writing SQL query here, okay? It's not SQL query, but using tag, can I do the automation work or also not? So like these tags are very, very important. And can we say tags are used for doing automation? Tags are useful for doing automations in AWS. And also you have 100 EC2 instances. How many? 100 EC2 instances are there. So all these EC2 instances, night time, they are not using it. How many? night time. Okay, so I'm saying EC2. Let's say 100 EC2 instances are there. Inside that, 50 EC2 instances are used by the DevOps. How many? 50 DevOps using. These people are using. Okay. And they have for a tag called, what is the tag they can have? Let's say name is equal to DevOps. They have the tag like this. Now, I'm asking you, hey, these 50 EC2 instances, they are not using at night. Go and stop. Again, Lambda. Yes or no? So you need to create a Lambda function, and then you need to write a Python code or any code. And what is the condition that you should use? Tag. What is that? Tag. So if the tag has key is equal to name, value is equal to DevOps, then you can write a function. It will go and stop all the machines. Alarm can do only individual machines, only one machine. So you need to create 50 alarms for that. Okay. So can we say that using Lambda, what we can do? And tags, we can automate to stop all the EC2 instances. So here, why I said this, because you understand tags are playing how important role here. So by doing this, can we do the cost optimization or also or not? Tags are helpful for doing cost. What is cost optimization meaning? Reduction. Okay. Saving the money. Cost cutting. Max, how many tags? Max and tags per resource is how much? 50. Then clear on the tags? Online clear on the tags? And it's in the 50. 50 is too much, because for one resource, how many you can keep on adding it? You can delete. You can delete. I live by CC. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So now there are small features are there in IAM. Let me keep on telling about that. Okay. So here, number one is IAM credentials report. Say that. Now your manager asked, hey Babu, I want all entire information about all IAM users. Who created, when the password created, when the keys are there, when the keys are expired, when the keys will not expire. But you know, every 3 months you need to rotate, right? When they have rotated the key, I need entire information right now. Is it possible for you to do it manually? No, right? So there is a button called download credentials report. Just click on that button, click. One Excel sheet will download it, throw it on manager's face. Simple, right? So that is called here credential report. So what it is said, a report that lists all your account users and status of their various credentials. This is one small feature. Okay. Next one. IAM Access Advisor. Say that. Slowly read it. IAM Access Advisor. So let's say if you go for the Access Advisor, let's say I created IAM user called Punit. So for Punit, what kind of permissions I have given, for example, EC2. So every IAM user has something called Access Advisor. One tab will be there. One feature is there. If you click on it, we will get to know for this IAM user what kind of permission he has. What kind of permission he has? EC2. What all the things he can do it in EC2 will be seen on the Access Advisor. And also one important thing also is there, which generally managers will use that. It will show when you have last used that service. Today, yesterday, when, with the time date, it will mention them. Let's say, for example, for Punit, I have given EC2 permissions, S3 permissions. Okay. And then I have given one task to Punit. Hey, Punit, launch one EC2 instance, create an S3 bucket. That is a task. Come tomorrow and explain me. And what he did is, he came tomorrow and said, sir, I tried, but didn't work, sir. How do I believe him whether he has tried or not? Go to Axis Advisor, go to EC2, and it shows when he has last access, NA, not available. That means, did he ever log into the logged in? No. So I can easily find out in the real time all the juniors and whoever has worked. As a manager, I also used to do. Now also I'll do that. Who is using our AWS console when, at what time, on what service they're working on, easily can be seen using Axis Advisor. Using Axis Advisor. CloudTrail, you have so many things. As a Puneet user, he might be doing 100 activities. All 100 activities will be logged in CloudTrail. But this one is only timestamp will show. Only EC2 when he is used. But in EC2, there are so many things are there. EBS volumes, load balancers, so many things. That individually will be recorded in CloudTrail. Yeah. These are accessed only from the root account, sir? No, Avinash. Root account, remember, whatever the root account, see here, there should not be next question again. Remember this, Avinash and everyone. If you are getting a question like, sir, who can do this? Every time root account can 100% do all activities, yes or no? Apart from root account, who can do all these things? Admin can do. Apart from admin, who can else do? Who has IAM permissions, he can do. Simple as that, no? Avinash, okay? So it shows the service permissions granted to the user and when those were last used. That is called Axis Advisor. And then here, Axis Analyzer. Say that. AWS Axis Analyzer. Axis Analyzer meaning what? As the name clearly says, it will analyze the access. If I ask you who has permissions, who has full permissions? Let's say I have 500 IAM users. Is it possible for you to manually go and check who has full permissions? Some people you might have given IAM full access, EC2 full access, S3 full access. Is it good to give? No. Or also you can give external access also. Some other accounts also you are giving access from your account. So is it good to have? Just in case someone, not only one admin will be there, multiple admins will be there. Someone might have created sometime. But if you want to analyze all these things, how do you analyze? Using what feature? Axis Analyzer. What it does? It is used to analyze access of IAM users. Which one are those? Unused and external access. What are the two things it will help? Unused and external access. Unused meaning, let's say I have given access to the user, but he has never used that service. Unused. If he has never used, why did you give the permission? Remove it, no. If he's not using it. So unused services and external access also. You have given permission to other AWS account from for your service. Is not good to give. If you give, you can get it from using Axis Analyzer. Clear, Anna? Online is clear till here? Small things. Offline clear? Okay, super. So policy is written in which language? JSON. So, but you need to know how that policy is written, right? And also what does the policy structure, first of all, you need to have a structure, right? So let's see what is that policy structure, okay? IAM policy structure. So when I'm writing, please read it, okay? IAM policy consists of mainly three things. A policy will consist of mainly three things. What are these? Number one, version, ID, and statement. Say that. Version, ID, statement. Keep that in mind while writing. I'm writing this. Version. Version meaning we say policy language version. So ID. ID meaning it's just an identifier. Identifier for the policy. It's completely optional. And this is the Bhayanak thing, statement, that meaning one or more individual statements. It's required. So mainly policy consists of how many? 3 things. What are those? Versions, ID, statement. Version, you don't need to worry at all because automatically policy language version will come. And ID is just an information. What is this policy related to? It is optional. You don't need to worry. And mainly you need to worry about what here? Statement. So our entire policy will be under the statement. These two are just chumma. Okay. So just version and ID. So now we need to talk more about what? Statement. And what does the statement contains? Statement consists of. What does the statement consist of? Let me write one by one. Yeah. So SID, effect, principle, next action, resource, conditions. Can you read? Number 1, SID, effect, principle. So keep that in mind. I'll talk about one by one here. So when you're writing a policy, you need to remember, it should contain all these things. Okay. So SID meaning, again, it is just an identifier. It's an ID. Identifier. You don't need to write, automatically this will come. An identifier for the statement. This is completely optional. You don't need to worry about this. And important thing here, what is that? Effect. So when you're writing the policy, you need to give, first of all, effect, whether you are allowing or denying. Allow or deny. Let's say, for example, you're writing a policy. Let's say I created a IAM user called here Lucky. I create an IAM user called Lucky. And what kind of permissions I'm giving, for example, for IAM? For which service I'm giving? IAM. So here, for IAM, you are allowing or denying? Allowing. If allow meaning, what are the things that you have allowed that will be allowed? Rest everything will be deny. And if you say deny, whatever you mention that will get deny, rest will be allowed. So effect will be either allow or deny. So principle meaning you can attach this policy to accounts also, user also, role to which policy is applied to. So principle is not, it just you are attaching to the user. Action part is very important. List of actions this policy allows or denies. Let's say you are giving a user called Lucky, and in IAM you are not giving full permissions. Let's say you are giving only what kind of permissions? Tell me. In IAM you have seen so many features in IAM, right? Creating users, so creating groups, roles. Okay, let's say for example, he can only create users, create groups, create roles. Can I give only these 3 permissions? Yes. So all these permissions you need to give in the action section. Which one? Action meaning create user, create group, create role. So you are allowing or denying? So in effect, what you need to put? Allow. Resource. Here, what is that? Resource. Now you say create user. So creating is fine. When you say update user, which one? Update user meaning which user? In IAM, we have hundreds of users will be there. No. When you have giving a policy, update user, to which user he can update? Let's say I have 10 IAM users. In that we have, let's say Sandeep is there, right? Aman is there, right? Punit is there. So when I'm creating Lucky, when I'm writing policy for Lucky, Lucky can update only, for example, which user? For example, Sandeep. How do I identify Sandeep in the policy? What's that? ARN. Super. What's that? ARN. So resource here I need to put what? ARN of the particular resource. If you put star, all, that meaning he can update all users. But if you want only specific users, that specific ARNs you need to put here. That is here resource. Resource meaning list of resources to which the actions applies to. Conditions, you know, right? If you want conditions for when the policy is in effect. It's optional. If you want to give the conditions, you can give the condition. Is it clear, guys, here? This is how the policy structure look like. This is clear. So mainly policy consists of what? Three things. What are those? Version, ID, statement. Next, and this statement consists of SID. Do you worry about SID? No. Effect should be allow or deny. Principal meaning you can attach to account users and roles. Action meaning what exactly that user needs to do. You can write it in the action part. Resource meaning on which resource that he can do. You can put the ARNs here. So I'll write it here in brackets. What you need to put here? ARN. Conditions, you can give any conditions if you require. If or else, whichever you want. Louder. Yes. In actions, if you want to create user, in action part, put a create user. Where? Creating nothing. When you're creating, you just put a resource star. You can create any resource. But whenever you are updating, deleting, then you need to mention which resource. Good. Is it clear, guys, here? Most of the permissions taken by automate or write manually. Or is that? So is it possible to use tags in resource? Yes, possible, Saida. It is possible. Most of the permissions taken by automate or write manually. I didn't understood, Harish, that question. Maybe you can put it. Okay, I have a small topic here. See, we need to. Okay. So I understand. So as I said, you need to write the policy everything by scratch. We have something called what? Policy editor. So policy generator, policy editor, we can use that and we can generate it. Or else, if you know JSON, we can write by ourselves also. But are you interested to write? No. Yeah. So what is a role? What is a role? I am role. Temporary access without credentials. So I'll give one more example for the roles now. Okay. Assume that this is my AWS account. Which account? My AWS account. Yes, AWS account. Okay. Guys, every AWS account will have the account ID. How many digits? 12 digit. So 12 digit account ID. So will you able to remember this 12 digit account number? Do you remember your bank account number? Oh, very good, but I don't, right? So it's very hard to difficult our phone number only. So, but if you are intelligent, you can remember. But here, is it required or mandatory to remember the 12-digit account number of your AWS account number? No, right? So whenever you are logging into the AWS console, when you are logging to the AWS console, if you are logging to the root account, you logged into the root account, right? Did you ask any AWS ID? No. So whenever you're logging to the IAM user, when you're logging to the IAM user, it will ask, Babu, give the account ID. Do you remember? You don't remember. Instead of that, yeah, Sudhakar. So instead of that, can I give something called account name or alias? You have your phone in your contacts are there, no? So contacts, you have the phone numbers and the names for it. Do you remember the phone numbers or names? Names, right? Here also, instead of remembering the account ID, you remember the account name. So for my account, I'm giving my alias as, for example, Ria Cloud. Say that. What is my account? Account ID 12 digit will be there, but do I need to remember? No, I have given an alias to my 12 digit number as what? Ria Cloud. Okay. Aramse, I'm using this account. Now, let's say one more guy is there. Whose guy? Whose account is this? That is mine. This is another one. Tell me one name. Ria. Tell me one name. Huh? Sriram. Sriram AWS account. Okay, see here. Sriram also has a AWS account, and he also has a AWS account ID or not? Every user will have every account will have the account ID. And see now, Sriram is not in my company. He's a completely third party guy. Other guy is not in my company. But he came to me and said, I want to access your account S3. What he said? I want to access your AWS account. Which service that you want to access? S3. Now tell me, if Sriram wants to access my account and access S3, what I need to do here? Create a IAM user. Yes or no? Create a IAM user. And what is the IAM user here? Sriram. And what kind of permission? S3. Good. But he's my company guy or a third party guy? As he's a third party guy, is it recommended to create IAM user in my account? Not recommended. It's not at all recommended to create a IAM user because he is not in my company. But still, I need to give access to him without credentials. Without credential meaning what is the concept? Role. You understand now? So without credentials, I want to give Sriram access to my account. So where I need to create a role? In my account or Sriram account? How I will create in his account role? Where Sriram needs to log into my account, right? So where I need to create a role? In my account. Here I need to create a IAM role. So what is the role name? Let's say Sriram role. And while creating a role, we need to give the permissions or not? What kind of permissions I need to give? S3 policy. Okay. And then while creating a role, it will ask, Babu, to which ID? So I need to give whose ID? Sriram AWS ID I need to give. Once you create a role, this URL will be generated. And by default, it is for how many hours valid? 1 hour. So this URL will be generated. What I need to give simply, I need to give this URL to whom? Sriram. So give this URL to Sriram. Sriram will open that URL. And what he do? He can access my AWS account. And access which service? S3. So Sriram will access this URL and log into Riya's AWS account and access only S3. Only what? S3. Guys, in this case, can you tell me, is it good to give managed policy or inline policy? Is it good to give managed policy? Managed policy meaning either full access or read-only access. So here I need to just give only what he need. So that meaning I need to write a policy for him. Which policy? Inline policy. This is option 1. So you can use this option 1. Sriram will use this option 1 and then access it. There is also something called option 2. Option 2 is, we call it as switch role. Say that. So every AWS account on the right side top, you have the username will be there no, on top. If you click on it, there will be something called here switch role. What is that? Sriram, what he need to do is, he clicked on switch role. Once he clicked on switch role, AWS will ask, okay, Sriram, that you want to switch the role. So give the account name that you want to switch. Tell me what is the account name that you want to switch? Fantastic. Ria Cloud. And what is the role name that you want to switch? Role name. Sriram role. That's it. Once he clicked on here, switch role, what will happen is Sriram will be indirectly in my account and access what? S3. So he can do what? Using switch role. You understood, Anna? Clear? Switch role? Understood? So using these roles, you can also do like this. Okay. In this IAM, have we learned IAM? You know what is IAM users? Say yes or no. IAM groups, IAM roles, IAM policies, IAM tags, federations, organizations, you know or not? And all these things will become IAM service. And congratulations, we have completed IAM service. In and out. In and out. So the only thing pending is now what? Practicals on IAM. So now you know end to end about this IAM, and from Monday, okay? So I'm giving rest for tomorrow because we have been continuously doing, and the service is also over. So from Monday, we will do the practicals. So-called awaited thing for you, right? Yes or no? So guys, it took me these very days to reach the practicals. Do you think it's worth or not? Yes or no? So initially, some people might think something, but do you understand the level of things that we are going now? So I will inject you everything now theoretically. Now everything is ready now. What you need to do is just in console, what to click, where to click, how to click. That's it. Logically, technically, everything you know. And then now you just need to do the practicals. So from Monday onwards, you no need to get the laptop here. No need to get the laptops. And I don't allow you to open the laptops in front of me and doing it while I'm doing teaching it. And online people also see from Monday, when I am showing you the practicals, do not do parallel practicals. What is that? Parallel practicals meaning what? You know, sir clicked that, I clicked this. Sir clicked, I clicked, missed it. So will you concentrate on clicking or will you concentrate on my subject? Subject, right? So if you concentrate on the subject, later you can click whatever you want. Yes or no? So for that reason, when I'm teaching you the practicals, listen concentrationally. And what I do is, I'll give you the task assignment. Whatever the practicals that I have shown here, let's say I have shown, let's say 5 things. And the 5 things, I'll give you the task to you. And you go home and then take the entire day, complete it, and come back to the class. This is how we follow. And I bet the practicals you can complete within 30 minutes maximum. Any practical, especially in AWS, or maximum 1 hour. How many? But these IAM is all jujube. Once you go a little bit bigger projects, then you can go with maximum 1 hour. But most of the practicals, you can finish it within 30 minutes. So can't you spend 30 minutes? Easily, right? So before coming to the class itself, you can complete and come. But I'll be little bit strict on practicals because without practicals, you cannot do. It's very important, right? So for that reason, from Monday, we'll start doing the practicals and come aram say like how we are coming it, and then go back and I'll post all the assignments in the Google Classroom. You're all there in Google Classroom? Those who are not there in Google Classroom, please message the admin. So he will add it to the Google Classroom. Make sure that you should be there in Google Classroom, everyone. And anyways, I already posted that in, no. That is Telegram. Did you join in the Telegram? Guys, Telegram also, that link I have posted in the Google Classroom. So those who are not in Google Classroom, first message Madhu only, right? Madhu, and get added to the Google Classroom. And then once you add it to the Google Classroom, you can see the Telegram link. You can click on join it. Okay? Clear? Tomorrow there is no class. Tomorrow there is no class. Okay, Kishore, sir, IAM roles, how long the temporary access will be granted? There is no TTL, Kishore, for that. So, guys, here, IAM role, for how long it will be? Until you go and detach, it will be attached only. And in this case, what is the default time here? 1 hour. In this case, in the switch role concept is 1 hour. So you can increase that to 24 hours if we got 12 hours or 24 hours. 12 hours, I think. So, but in general, roles concept, you don't have any expiry for that. So until you go and detach, it will be there, Kishore. Okay. Okay, take the screenshots. Yeah. And the next. And Monday, guys, please revise the IAM topic and come to the class. Okay. Because all the topics that we have covered will be implementing. No, so it's good to revise. Of course, you have in your mind, but still, it's better to revise a little bit. First one was yesterday's one only. Okay. First one, yesterday's only. No need to take. Whoa. Can we access different account with same credentials by using SSO and security? Yes, same credential, Harish, and then different accounts can be accessed. Yes. And then 1 hour switch roles only for option 1. Yes. Yes, option 1. Avinash. Second screenshot. Okay, so this. Okay, can I get the final CC for today? All right, so that is all for today. Let's connect on Monday with the next practicals on IAM. Until then, take care. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. And see you on Monday with even more energetic. Until then, take care, guys. Good night.